Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nurse Kat. Today, I'm going to share with you a very important interview with one of the successful nurses here in North Carolina. Yesterday, we were able to have a chance to talk to him. His name is Dr. Jhordin James Montegrico. Has been a nurse here in North Carolina for quite a while now. I knew him from Lefora page, and I figured that he has a lot of things to share. And since we are living on the same state, we took advantage of meeting him in person, and we were able to talk to him yesterday. And I hope you will learn from this vlog. And without further ado, let's proceed to the vlog. Thank you. Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nurse Kat. At kasama po natin ngayon at walang iba kundi si Sir Montegrico.
Hello.
Dr. Jhordin James Montegrico. So just an introduction of who he is. Sir Montegrico is a graduate of Doctor of Philosophy, University of North Carolina at Greensboro. He also passed his dissertation entitled The Experiences of Internationally Educated Nurses. He is a former dean of the School of Health Sciences in one of the university in the Philippines. He is a certified MSRN and assistant professor in UNC-Charlotte, a lecturer, a lead faculty, academic success coordinator of the School of Nursing, and he is also a visiting professor of St. Paul University of the Philippines. He also managed a Facebook group called Nursing Review. Please welcome Dr. Jhordin James Montegrico.
Hi, Kat. Thanks for having me.
Sir, nandito po tayo sa Winston-Salem. One part po siya ng North Carolina. I just want to thank the opportunity, sir, for having an interview. Alam ko po na you are a very busy person. At tinake advantage po namin talaga yung panahon na to para mabisita siya.
Of course, it's my pleasure, and thanks for driving din. It's almost 2-hour drive din, di ba? From Fayetteville, so welcome to Winston-Salem.
Thank you. And guys, kaya ginawa natin tong vlog na to. This is for North Carolina. We have successful nurses here, and it's an honor to be able to interview him for the first time. Sir, tell us about your story from Philippines to USA.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that when I enrolled at USD for my nursing, there's only one goal I wanted to achieve, and that is to come to the US to work and live in the US. So yun lang, wala nang ibang different reason. So however, when I graduated way back in 30 years ago, 1993, that progression kagad, so I wasn't able to leave. It took me about 10 years, almost 10 years, 9 years to be exact, before I was able to leave the Philippines for the US. So I was in the Philippines for 9 years. I worked in nursing education. Nagturo na ako kagad. I work at St. Paul University. I work at medical colleges of Northern Philippines until I became the dean of St. Mary's University. So I've been in academia all those 9 years. And then when hirings restarted way back in '99, I grabbed the chance and said, hey, this is my chance. And then 2 years after, with the processing, it took me 2 years until I got here in July 11th of 2002. So I just recently celebrated my 20th year here in the US and here in North Carolina and here in Winston-Salem because it's a great city and state. So yeah, 20 years na rin. Oh my God, I'm old.
Nire-recruit na kami ni Sir dito sa Winston-Salem.
Kaya nga, no?
Sir, this is a very compelling question sa lahat. Why nursing?
Why nursing? So I think our family is in the healthcare arena. My mom was a frustrated physician. Gusto daw niyang, sabi ng lola ko, she wanted, because my mom died early, I was 7 when she did pass away. So ang pagkakaalam ko, parang she wanted to be a doctor. And then she wanted me to be a doctor, but in our family, may mga relatives kaming, they came to the US like in the 70s, and they were nurses, and then they became big names in California, nursing. So they were my I would say motivations for coming here to the US. So yun, they always told me, take up nursing. That's why growing up, as I mentioned earlier, kumbaga wala na akong ibang goal. Well, yeah, to take up nursing, but to be a passport, for a better future. Kumbaga parang, I have to be honest with that. And I think there's nothing wrong. I mean, that's a motivation kasi I think whatever we do, we have to stick with whatever is our purpose, our goal, our objective. So, nandun na yung you want to help other people, but you want to also leverage yourself and use whatever opportunities you have. So, yun, and I saw it as and another personal reason was that when my mom died, yung tito ko, who was a director at NASA at the time, he wanted to adopt me. So, bata pa ako, parang na-orient na ako about US. So, there's a lot of family reasons, why I wanted to, come here to the US. And, no regrets. I mean, it's the best decision I've ever made.
Okay, guys. So, hindi lang pala si Sir yung na-impluensyahan ng family to become a nurse. Marami po tayo. So, Sir, what motivates you to continue to educate yourself here in the USA?
Okay. So again, it has something to do with my love for education. Again, my mom was I think she's one of the smartest teachers nung time niya, no? Kasi she was a high school principal at a very early age. She taught physics, she taught chemistry. So kumbaga parang I grew up basically in the school where I graduated from high school. So my growing up years were spent in the high school. I grew up learning English. Sabi ko, spoken ng dollar daw kung bata ako eh. So and so yung parang second home ko ng school. So I was exposed to books, I was exposed to knowledge, I was exposed to everything. And yung may ibang bata, pag dadalhin mo and then say, hey, what do you want? They will look for toys, right? Sabi nila ng bata ko, pag sabi ko, what do you want? I want books, coloring books, or any history books. So, may pagka-nerd na raw yata ako. Early on, so I think it's just natural that, you always want to improve yourself. And that curiosity for more knowledge led me to take up my master's, and then of course, eventually taking up my PhD. And as a PhD, it doesn't stop there because you have to again seek for more knowledge. You have to look for problems and offer solutions to those problems. So kumbaga never ending. So it's a matter of you're curious about a lot of things.
Born problem solver pala kayo, Sir.
Well, mas maganda din kasi yung problem, what do you call this? Nagkakos ng problems, right? Yeah.
Nakaka-encourage si Sir. So, tell us about your doctorate dissertation or research work, and why did you choose this study?
Okay, my dissertation. So, my dissertation is the experiences of internationally educated nurses while preparing for the NCLEX-RN. So again, it has something to do with my background as an academic, as an educator. So just a little background. Before I came here to the US, 10 years na ako sa nursing education sa Philippines. So I am more of an academic more than a clinical nurse, as I would say. And if you are in the academe, di ba, you always look into board exam performance, ganon. And then when I came here to the US, after my initial contract, which was 3 years, sabi ko, I want to go back to education. So nagturo ako ulit, and the rest of it is history. So nandun pa rin yung curiosity ko na naman about, okay, we produce a lot of Filipino nurses. We are the world's #1 producer of nurses. And we have a great nursing curriculum in the Philippines. But again, looking at the statistics, bakit more than half of Filipino nurses are failing the NCLEX? Only 42% of Filipino nurses are passing the NCLEX on the first time. So again, yung pagiging inquisitive ko, my curiosity is like, bakit? So I spent my PhD years developing that topic, and again, in terms of again knowledge development, it's the first study ever to look into the experiences of Philippine educated nurses in preparing, while they are preparing for the NCLEX. So if you're interested to read more about that, may mga recommendations doon. You can just Google my name, James Montegrico, Dissertation or NCLEX Experiences of Internationally Educated Nurses. You can download it for free. It's like 400 pages. Nandun yung mga reasons, what motivated nurses, what were their challenges, and one full chapter on what are my recommendations to increase your likelihood of passing the NCLEX. So, kumbaga, and all the literature about NCLEX siguro for international nurses. So it's pag bored kayo, pwede nyo basahin yun.
That's very interesting. Link below po. Ilalagay natin yun sa link ng ating YouTube channel. And also, sir, what would be the challenge ngayon na sinabi nyo na po na 50% sa mga nurses ang papasa? Lalo na pag magkaroon ng next generation NCLEX. Would it be a bigger challenge? Or would it be your recommendations would be the same with the next gen NCLEX?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, Kat. Kasi by April 2023, we know that NCLEX is changing. But you don't be alarmed or don't be what I call this, scared when we say the NCLEX is gonna change. Kumbaga 25% lang ng questions ang mag-change doon. So there will be new questions, and I hate to say it, but with all honesty, it's gonna be more difficult because the kind of questions that they are going to introduce on the NCLEX are very different. Kumbaga parang reading comprehension level 999 plus clinical judgment and all that. And it is so difficult that we as educators in the US, we are also changing the way we're teaching our students. Hindi na pati yung the way we test them. Pag pinapa-exam namin sila, iba na yung questions namin, hindi na gaya na ABCD or select all the apply. Ngayon, reading comprehension, we give them paragraphs, we give them yung scenarios, and then we really mimic what's coming up in the NGN by next year. Like yung tinuruan ko last semester sa MedSurg, they were like shocked with the kinds of questions I give them in class because sabi ko sa kanila, kayo ang first batch who will be taking the NGN, so you better prepare yourselves now, hindi yung you'll just be preparing when you will be in your last semester. And in relation to international nurses, you need to study, kumbaga parang if you're going to a battlefield, you need to study the battle plan, diba?
Opo.
So, know the blueprint, know the types of questions that you will be answering, because it really helps. My philosophy is that if you know your concept, diabetes, sabi ko nga, depression is depression. If you know the concept, no matter how the question will be asked, you'll be able to answer it. So, nakaka-tense lang yung ibang format, but be confident in what you know and what you need to learn. So, gaya nung pinaka-head review center, yun ang lagi ko sinasabi sa reviews namin, know the concept. Huwag i-memorize yung question. Yeah. So, as I said, MI is MI. Kahit anong question na iba ko sa'yo, if you know it, right? So, yun.
It's a very good topic na brought up ko natin yung next gen nursing. I believe that Dr. Montegrico already had discussed some of those challenges ng mga nurses, international nurses sa pag-take ng NCLEX. More on, nabasa ko nga sir na isa sa challenges is the comprehension.
Yes.
Would be a bigger challenge sa next gen nursing NCLEX. But that's gonna be another topic. Hopefully, pag makausap ulit po natin sa next na topic si sir.
Yeah, that's already like a whole different discussion yan, like
Oo.
what are the challenges and how are we going to address those?
Yes.
Like alam natin maraming nurses ang let's face it, parang they fail the IELTS or TOEFL or the whatever English proficiency exam, and there's studies that linked English proficiency and success in academic nursing school and licensure exams. So yeah, if we cannot comprehend the question, diba, parang,
We cannot answer it no matter how we know the...
and there's a lot of sabi mo, Cap, there's a lot of challenges specific to IENs, international educated nurses, that we need to address. Like for example, I know this will be a different topic, but I just want to mention some, like even the names of medications. Whenever I give reviews to international nurses, and I say morphine, sa kanila Demerol or Mepedidine, like paracetamol. Here we don't use paracetamol, we use acetaminophen, right? So just with the medications itself, you know, it's already different. Plus delegation, we don't have LPNs or CNAs in the Philippines, so we don't have any context of delegation and supervision. So maganon, marami, and then if only international nurses will be aware of those, then they can frame their thinking in anticipation that nako tatanungin ko sa NCLEX, this is how they will ask it. So yon.
That's a free advice from you guys. Sa story nyo. So, can you share your story about your recent achievement about becoming a member in the Test Development Committee of MSRN certification?